right, what is up? So I'm gonna get straight to the point. So my first 21 days as pursuing to become the best entrepreneur that I can be. So we're gonna get straight to it. I bet. All right, y'all. So and the reason why I said first 21 days, everything started in the month of May for me. It started the second week of May. I believe the 12th. I believe that's when I made my first two deals. But I'm going to show you where all my income is coming in, and then I'm going to show you what income that I have created for myself. All right, so hopefully y'all can see that. All right, so the number one is videography, right? The second is personal training. The third is meal plan or meal prep for clients. And then this one says Excerpt. That is a gym that is in my area in the Waldorf, Maryland place. So if y'all seeing this and y'all in the DMV area, yeah, pop up. And the fifth one is concrete. So I'm going to explain the first three because that's solely from me, me creating the value and me putting that out, right? And then the other two, I'll get into that. So let me jump into videography. So with videography, I made $640 within that span of May 12th to May 31st. How I did that was I had one client who purchased a bundle pack, which is $180. Then I had another client who did the same thing. And then I had a 2-hour shoot, which paid me $100. And then I had another $180 deal that I just closed. What's today? Today is Sunday, which is June 1st. I closed that Saturday night, probably around 7 o'clock that I closed. So I finished off, I want to say strong. The goal was, semi-goal was to get 480 bundle pack deals done. I got 3, and I started off in the second week. And mind you, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I wasn't putting myself out there as much as due to the fact that it was all new to me. I was doing the video. I don't want to make excuses, but I was doing videography. I was doing personal training. I was doing the meal prep. I was working at the gym. I was doing concrete, and then I'm coming back and I'm editing, and I'm also meal prepping for myself, and I'm also training as far as working out wise. And then sometimes, man, I just need, you know what I'm saying, need a break, need a rest. You know what I'm saying? So that was videography. I'm gonna move over to personal training. So I made $300 this month within those days. That was a prorated rate. Every month I'll be making $720 for one client. I'll be traveling from my location to his location, which is roughly close to an hour to get to him, and I train him for an hour, and then I drive back an hour back to where I'm at now. So I train him 12 sessions a month, and I give him his nutrition and train him in person, kind of do a little life coaching. But right now it's not really too deep into the life coaching aspect. It's just we showing up and we're working on the fundamentals of everything, and then we'll start ramping up as we go. Recently we just did leg day on Saturday. We hit 3 movements, and it went pretty well. And I'm just excited for his not only his transformation in his body, but his energy levels, and just overall his health and how he feels, man. So I'm really excited for my client and his results that he's gonna get from that. And then thirdly, I'm not trying to rush, but I also know that I start to yap, so I just want to stay on topic, which is the meal prep. My friend Earl, that I'm cool with, I was doing a job at the gym as far as with videography, and he walked up to me. He was like, "Hey, bro, how much would you charge for me to meal prep?" And I'm like, all depends on how many meals you want and all this other stuff. So he basically wants 2 meals a day, Monday through Friday. So that'll be 10 meals that I'll be cooking, and his is really just simple. His was chicken and rice in the beginning, and then we added some type of vegetable, and he wanted to do a salad. So it doesn't take me that long, but I said, bro, for me to meal prep those 10 meals, $60, bro. $60 a week. So I cooked for him 2 weeks out of the month of May, And with that, I got $120. So 640 for videography, 300, which was a prorated rate with personal training, and then 120 for meal prep. That was all entrepreneurship within the 21 days. Now, I don't know if I want to put the other income that I have made because that's outside of that, but just know, all right, so Xserve is the gym that I work at. Thursday and Friday, I work a little, you know what I'm saying, maybe 3-4 hour shifts. And Saturday, I do nutrition consultations where people who already pay for their personal training packages or plans, they come in on Saturday and I go over their meal plans with them. I go over the app that has like the big communication that we talk to as far as coaching aspects, and tell them that they got to do their check-ins as far as their Saturday pictures, their Saturday weigh-ins, pictures of their meals, just me being an accountability coach. That's pretty much what I do at that gym. And then I'm a front desk clerk, so, you know, I'm cleaning up, I'm answering phone calls, I'm helping people with their accounts and things of that nature. Those 2 days that I work there, and then because I'm taking on a newer role as far as new nutrition aspect, of course, I'll be making more than what I was doing at the front desk. But the purpose solely for Xserve, that gym, is to pay for my coach. I'm not going to list my coach's prices because she does not want those prices excluded out there, but because I'm working those hours plus doing the nutrition, I'm making enough where I can pay her monthly rate for her to still continue to be my coach. And then the concrete, not gonna lie, this was a side hustle. Not somewhere, you know what I'm saying? It's a side hustle, man. I'm getting paid $20 an hour. I ain't gonna speak on all the $20 an hour. If I put in an hour, I get $20 in my hand. That's all I'm gonna say with that. And I started that, and I made $500 within those 21 days, right? But at least let's leave that over there, right? And let's focus on what the title is. The first 21 days of entrepreneurship. How did it go? And the reason of everything. Notes of how everything went. Personally, that month and a half before these 21 days hit, I'm not gonna lie, it hit me hard. Not having the money in my account, fighting the urge, not necessarily fighting the urge, 'cause I didn't have no urge to go be like, yo, go get like just any type of job, because I already knew that when it came to like fast food is always hiring. When it comes to like this retail and sales job, it's always hiring. But I'm like, I always had that urge to just be a creator, to be an owner, to be an entrepreneur, to be able to create. You know, and it's a blessing to make the money off of it. And kind of like, I'm not gonna say do as you please, and I'm not gonna be working and I just make all this money. No, I'm not saying that. Just the freedom aspect of giving my time back. And the reason why I want my time back is to build and to create and to help not only myself but my family to rekindle things, get back, like I said in the previous video, the last video I posted, so I can go see my mom, so I can go see my siblings, so I can see my nephews. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a nephew that's coming on the way. Haven't even seen the first one. You know what I'm saying? Go see my brother, like, and it gets deeper than that. And I think I talked about it in the last video a little bit, but not to get off topic. But yeah, it was hard. But once I made the first deal, I was like, yo, I just got $180 in less than an hour. Of course, I got to do the shoots later on, but this is cash money up front. The same way I can sell a car, the same way I could sell shoes and clothes and products for any other type of businesses, bro. I could do this for myself. Even when people telling me I'm crazy, even when the closest ones to me calling me delusional, bro. I'm not gonna say no names. The people around me know who they are. I know that I can make it. I know that I can do this. I know I can. But what do I need to do? Like I said in the last previous video, when I start my day, I need to start it with purpose. Making sure I wake up, I pray. I gain some type of knowledge. What book you reading right now? What course are you taking right now? How are you gaining and learning more about the skill set that you want to perfect, that you want to master? Then move. Get outside. Go run. Put your feet in the grass, man. Hit some core. Do some cardio. Start lifting weights, right? And putting in the work. I know I could do this. So as I started to practice those things, slowly things started to trickle and get a little bit better. I got the money to pay for my phone bill. I got the money to pay for food now. I got money to pay for my car insurance. I got money to pay for my coach. I got money to pay for my supplements. Right? I got money to save up. I got money to reinvest. But I had to put in work, and I had to stay focused, and I got to understand that I'm my own manager. I got to understand that I'm my own HR. I'm my own coach. I'm not going to say I'm my own God. No. There is a higher power. Right? So I want to say it's beautiful, and I'm enjoying it, and I'm enjoying the highs and the lows of it. I just got to make sure every night, every day, I got to understand it's kind of like a reset button. And you got to go harder, and you got to know the things that you did the day before or the day of before it goes into the next day. Like, how can I make the next day better? Where did I mess up? Where did I go right? Give yourself grace. Love yourself. Learn how to love yourself in all aspects, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically, right? Learn how to love others, but of course you got to learn how to love yourself, right? So I made that first deal, which was 180. Then I made another one, which was 180 for videography. I locked in the personal training the month before, but we didn't start training until this month. So that was the 180, and then the 300, right? Of course, I still got to put the work in, and I'm cool with putting in the work because what is this doing? This is helping me get better at what I love doing. Like getting the repetitions in. And it's a blessing because I'm making money from it. And then the meal prep that came a little bit the last 2 weeks of May. And that was just a blessing within itself, right? And I'm exchanging my time for money, but I'm making more money for the time that I'm giving compared to if I was doing it for another company. Based off of, and I know what you guys might say, bro, if you did IT, or if you was in the medical field, or if you was doing this, you'll be making more money per hour. I understand that. Or you'll be getting a salary basis. I understand that. But then I also got to take into consideration, I got to give up my time to get sick leave. I got to give up my time to get vacation time. I got to give up. I got to ask. No. It's just not for me. I don't care what y'all say. It's not for me. I tried it. Now, I'm not going to say I tried it in a stance of me actually getting in that career field of being a nurse or being an electrician or being an HVAC. And I know the AC is going. Hopefully it's not too loud, but I tried it, bro. Now I'm trying it the way that I see fit, that I've been seeing since I was 21 when I was in community college for nursing. But I didn't have the guts. I didn't have the balls to pursue it. That shit is scary, bro. To go on to pursue what you really see for yourself, right? And to make it happen, even when everyone else around you is not rooting for you, even when everybody else is probably insecure because what you're doing or what you're saying they want to do, but they're not going to do it. When you're in an environment where nobody don't do it, or you don't know nobody who does it, right? It's a lot. It's a lot of pressure. And then, of course, there's going to be a lot of more pressure on yourself because it's like, I got to get deadlines, or I got to do this, I got to do... And then you idle. I'm speaking for me. I'm idle. I'm not doing nothing. I'm just moving. But I know for me, the biggest thing that I had to learn is in that process of me doing all this stuff over these courses of years, I would legit get busy with things other people around me will consider productive. I'm not saying that they're not productive, because they were productive things, but they're not where I wanted to be. So let's say I wanted to be a gardener. I would spend a whole bunch of time over here, probably buying soil, or I can't even say it related to it. In some aspect, it probably will relate to it a lot. I'll buy soil, or I'll buy tools, or I'll go to the store, or I will go to the gym, or I would eat this, or I would spend time with family. I'll do all these other things instead of the thing that I actually wanted to do. And not saying that I can't do all these other things too, but this is where I needed to be, right? And when you're over here, you still learn, and you get to learn the experiences and things of that nature. But I don't know if I went down a rabbit hole or not, but I started yap. But let's get back on track. This is where we at. So y'all see how much I made, where I got the money from. Now I just want to let you guys know the purpose behind these things that I'm making the money off of. So the purpose behind each hustle. All right. So when it comes to the money that I use for videography, every dollar that I make from videography goes right back into it. I kid you not. I don't use none of my money for videography to pay for gas, to pay for food, to pay for anything that I need, nor anything that I want. Actually, that does not pertain to videography and making videography better and making that skill set better and making my workflow and everything else better, right? So that money it goes right back into it, right? And I wrote here the goals of me doing videography. And I wrote down to acquire the skills to bring any and all visions and dreams to fruition, bro. That's probably one of the top main reasons of videography to, bro, ever since I was young, bro, like, I've always been creative. I always seen things and wanted to do them, or even I probably have acted on them, probably not on everything though. Like, I remember working at Burger King, I thought about making a comic book and like an animated cartoon of like flies, because I always take the trash out. I was always taking the trash out at night when I would close, and it was a lot of trash. I mean, a lot of flies by the trash can, and then my brain was like, "Yo, bro, like, what if I made a cartoon animated? You know what I'm saying? Cartoon like Life of Flies, bro." But then, like, you know what I'm saying? It's good for the kids. It's good for everybody. It's good for the family. But it's Life of Flies, bro. I don't know, man. But to be able to bring that to life, you know, in the moment, it's like, I don't have no skills. I don't know how to do this. I don't have the facilities for that big man, right? And it just goes down to the wayside. So that's like the top for me, to be able to bring to fruition any and all things that I dream and that I see for myself, and to also have that skill set to help others do the same, right? Videography, what are you doing? You're capturing the moment. You're creating memories. My mother is all about creating memories and keeping them. From saving all of our drawings, not say all of them, but our drawings from when we were little, our certifications when we were little, our awards when we were little, degrees, clothes, shoes, handwritings, toys, you know, memories, pictures. She's big on the pictures. I got into video at a young age with Snapchat, but I would save it. I would show y'all, and I would save all the videos, and I would create memories. So I love that aspect, because when I'm gone, this video is still gonna be on YouTube. When I'm gone, everything that I created will still be here. Even if I don't post it, it'll be on the SD card. It'll be on the memory card. Every picture that I take, it'll be not only for just me, but it'll be for my family right now. And when I'm gone, my family, my kids before me, and all my other families can see it, and other people can see it and get inspired by it, or feel what I feel because of the expression and because of the emotion and because of how I portrayed this story, or how I portrayed, I might be using the right words, excuse me if I'm not, but how I brought it out from learning lighting, from learning how to write a script, to learn how to storytell, to learn how to do DMV Barbara Brandon, like your story. Shout out to Brandon, he doing his thing. Learning cinematography, just everything, bro. It's getting inspired by other people. Like, it's. I know I'm about to get off track, but let me get back on track, man. I love it. I love it all, man, and it's just, it's it's I'm lost for words, bro. Like, it's really here. It's really right in front of me, and I'm doing it. It's crazy, man. I need some water, bro. Hold on. Mm, 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 mm. All right. So let's move on. I think that was it for the videography. Yeah. All right, so let's move on with personal training. Where does this money go? To be honest with you guys, this money pays for my living expenses. This money goes towards my nutrition certification. Also, once I get my nutrition certification, it will go towards my bodybuilding certification. It will go towards my CPT certification. Excuse me. And then it will go towards my rehab certification. And then the purpose behind me getting into personal training, because it's not just for the money, but the money is a plus, right? I have a service and I'm providing that service. Is it valuable? Yes. For both of them? Yes. Now we can get to a point where I get a product. Yeah. All right. Let me get on track. All right. So the purpose of me getting these certifications and also me doing personal training is me getting these certifications. I truly wanted to know how my body worked, the anatomy of my body, and the physiology aspect of like how muscles work, how they contract, how they grow, how they don't grow, what's good for the muscle, what's bad for the muscle, what's good for the body, what's good for just holistically everything, from the organs to the cells to just everything, right? So me getting these certifications, I wanted to learn that so I can learn my body as an individual. I know that I have a coach and I gave her the keys and she created my workout, she did my nutrition, but I asked no questions. But I also know that my coach is going to get to a point where she's going to retire and someone's going to need to take the torch. I'm not going to say the torch is going to be me, but I know that once she retires, of course I might most likely I will have to go to another coach, correct? But within that time frame, what have I learned since I've had a coach? Of course, I've learned the posing aspect, and of course, I learned little tips and gems and tricks that she has given me, right? And other life advice that she has given me, right? But I want to know my body, because also I will be the one that's in the late 20s and the late 30s and the 40s and the 50s. I want to know what foods work best for my body, what movements work best for my body, how my body reacts to certain things. I want to learn that within me so I can know how my body works. Now we move on to the other certifications and just the certifications in general. I wanted to, once I learn that, then I can also learn how to help other people, right? And how I have my personal trainer, my client right now, this is based off of all the knowledge and experience that I have, and I'm going to help him get to where he wants to be. Me adding on these certifications will make the process even easier. So the second purpose, hold on, I just want to make sure I hit this and I don't want to ramble. From now, of course, myself and see. I can be in a position to change. So okay, so and I said so I could be in a position so I can be in a position to change the world and to change my family in an aspect of helping them out in a healthy way, so they can be more health conscious from the foods that they eat, from the movement that they do, and just knowing how important self health is, and to be conscious of what we eat, to be conscious of what we do, to what we think, how we act. It's just the whole holistic aspect. It's not just moving your body. It's a mental aspect of it as well, because in those certifications they go over the psychology of things too. So getting those certifications definitely helps not only myself with how I want to learn myself, but it helps me be that trainer. It helps me be that leader. So not only I can lead myself, but I can lead my family members, because I have siblings and family members who do need my help and that do need my wisdom that I have right now, but then also they would need my wisdom once I get more certification, because if someone has diabetes, I don't really know how to, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to dieting and all these other things, I can't really help you as much as I can. I can tell you workouts and things of that nature. But when we go into meticulous about diets and things like that, I can't really help you like that because I'm not knowledgeable on it. So, but until I can get knowledgeable on these things, the more knowledge I have, the more help that I can give, right? So like I said, it's not about the dollar aspect, but the dollar is a blessing. And of course I would charge just due to the fact of the time. I'm not going to be able to personal train, videography, meal prep, do all these things for free and then still provide for myself because I'm single right now and I don't have kids. Eventually I would love to, but right now, no, I need to focus on building me up, right? So how can I sustain that if I'm not making any type of income? And how can I really truly give my all to it and everything that I have into it if I'm working a job and I'm working 60 hours? And I'm not saying that anyone who works 60 hours, 60 hours plus 40-hour work weeks, that they cannot give their all to their hustle, their entrepreneur things, their dreams and aspirations. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is imagine if you didn't do that and you gave that 40 hours, 50, 60 hours straight to it. Imagine what would happen to it, right? Because when you guys are working your 9-to-5 jobs and you guys have the aspirations and the dreams to have your own business or become the entrepreneurship, you working that 9-to-5 job, that income is going to, you could use that income. You will, I'm not gonna say you can, you will use that income to grow this business, but you'll just have less time because you'll be working from 5 to 9 or however long because we all still need sleep, bro. But also there's gonna be time period where you might get 4 hours of sleep, you might get 3 hours of sleep, man. You just get it back on the back end, right? But I'm starting to ramble. But yeah, that's just what I'm doing, right? What else with that? I think that was my health conscious to know that everyone has more than what they see. Okay, that has more in them than what they see. So this might be trauma that I haven't got over, but that skinny me, I see that in a lot of people. That skinny you that you want to change. Dang, sorry about that. You want to change, you just don't know how to. You don't know what it's like to really root for yourself. You don't know what it's like to really push yourself to an extent that you never thought you could push because no one's not beside you, right? You don't know that when you stop, you have another layer that you can get to, but you don't know that until you test yourself and you do it. But then even then, when you're by yourself, it's kind of hard to do so. You might push yourself here, but you had a couple more left, right? So I see that in a lot of people from that standpoint of you wanting more, but then I also see a lot of people, because I was there, that is in them, but they don't even see it. If I can be that person that allow you to see that, excuse me, water break. It is on, baby. I don't need no pre-workout. I don't need no caffeine for that. I got natural energy. But when I do get caffeine in my system, I'm geeking, brother. I am geeking. All right. So that was with the personal training, what I do with the money, and the purpose behind why I do it, right? And then we get into the meal prep. Meal prep is somewhat similar. Now, the meal prep, I'm not going to lie, Earl came up to me, my friend, he came up to me, he asked me that, but I was already thinking, the crazy thing is, I was already thinking about stuff like this before you even asked me. I'm like, man, once I get my nutrition certification, I'm already looking at how fasting is important for our bodies and our mind. I'm looking at the herbs that I'm looking at that can help me with my bodybuilding endeavors and my journey with bodybuilding and vegetables and the foods that we put in our bodies and juicing and all these other things. And I started just going on like just a rabbit hole with everything. I'm like, yo, bro, like I could really start doing the juicing, right? But I got to study that. I could really start making these herbal teas, but I got to study that. I could really start doing the meal prep. I was like, I don't know about the meal prep. Like more like get to a point where I could do like a meal prep company where I'm not in the kitchen though, but I hire people to do that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are chefs. I hire y'all to do this. Yeah. But right now, where I'm at right now, I'm in the beginning stage. I need to build. But that's also good because I'm behind the scenes. If I am the owner of this company that is a meal prep company. Bro, you don't gotta complain to me about how I was in the kitchen cooking for all them long hours for these clients. I was doing what you was doing, bro. So I can tell you how this goes and what this, and I can relate, bro. I understand. So, you know what I'm saying? Then even when it gets to the personal training, get to a point where I step back and I hire personal trainers. You know what I'm saying? Even when it comes to the videography, I no longer doing it. I see it. I'm the producer, brother. Make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I digress. The meal prep. Where this money goes to, I'm not gonna lie, the money that comes from the meal prep, it goes to gas. $60 a week. That's if he continues. If he doesn't continue, I'll find more. Abundant thinking. This video is 30 minutes. I'm cranking y'all right now. Yeah, so that money goes out that way, and the purpose behind it was, now I'm not gonna lie, this one was like, yo, no, that's a quick hustle. And it's not only helping me with my gas, but then also it's helping this other person. It's saving them time that they don't have to be in the kitchen. And then also it's helping them because you spent this money, you're gonna eat the food. Not only that, you pay for quality food. Cause I'm not in no kitchen frying no chicken. I'm not doing all that. We doing all healthy stuff over here, brother. So, so the month of May was good, man. I made $2,075. That's with the gym and the concrete excluded. I mean, included, not excluded. With me just doing videography, personal training, and meal prep, I made $1,060 in 21 days. So the goal is to, for next month of June, I ain't gonna lie, the number one goal over here, bruh, I'm not gonna lie, I fell behind. And I'm gonna show y'all this and then I'm gonna go, man. I fell behind, but I feel like I gained some, right? So, can I flip the camera around? I'm not even gonna flip it around. Check me out, y'all. All right, so like dang, the shadow in the way. If I go like this, the shadow's still gonna be in the way. All right, whatever. Can I zoom in? No, I can't. All right. If I go here, okay, forget it. So I got this board, right? Let me show my face. So I got this board, right? I'm trying to see me. All right. The first one, all right, so this board was in Q2, starting at April 1st all the way into June, the end of June. The goals were pay off the credit card, stick to schedule, master color grading, master introduction making, like engaging introductions, you know what I mean? Master thumbnails, be a man of your word, master camera gear, master Adobe Premiere, and get NASM bodybuilding certification. We switched that because we do nutrition, right? Out of all these things, it was just the man of the word that I actually checked off. Now with Adobe Premiere, I was watching courses, but I'm not gonna lie, things got choppy as I started to stay up a little bit late for video shoots, and I started editing, and I started getting a little lazy. And I would start to wake up later. Not because it's lazy aspect, but because, bro, I just stayed up all night editing, and then my sleep schedule was messed up. But these are excuses, because you make time for what you truly want and who you truly want. So these are all excuses. So mastering Adobe Premiere did not get done. We are in the month of June. The month of June is a month where I am just going to hit it hard because I fell behind. Are all these things, can I accomplish all these things in June? Master camera gear, thumbnail. I don't know about that one. I'm gonna say what we prioritizing, brother. All right, so the month of June, the debt will be cleared. My debt will be cleared. Bro, say it with some confidence, bro. I'll pay off. Goddamn. I gotta say this shit with some confidence. How about this? Nope. Dang. All things are possible. The month of May, my credit card and my debt will be cleared. I will stick to my schedule. Of course, it will get rocky, but I will stick to my schedule. But the color grading is kind of, how can I master color grading in that month? I'm still picking up jobs. So that means I'm going to be posting videos on my YouTube and practicing color grading on here. So y'all gonna have to get used to the grayish look. So that means I'm pumping up videos. I don't know the number yet, but y'all see the next video that I post this month. Most likely, not saying nothing. Y'all see. Master engaging introduction. I can do that. Understanding how to make it engaging, I can do that. Master thumbnails, I can do that. I could do that. Be a man of your word. Most definitely. Master camera gear, definitely. Master Adobe Premiere, the mastering part though, I don't know about the mastering. It's gonna take time. But I would, cause that's the thing, I'm gonna need a whole laptop and everything, cause Adobe be crashing it. It don't be crashing, that's gonna be heating up though, but I would do my best to learn as much as I can from last month. More than what I've known from last month to this month, all right? But everything else on here, I will check off, I promise. But that's the thing. Sometimes it's kind of weird, like saying things like this based off the experience that I have in life. Is like, with me saying these things, I gotta understand to have grace. I gotta have to practice gratitude, to give myself grace. Certain things don't pan out, it's okay. We're gonna go harder. Well, give myself grace, but we're gonna get it done. But today is June 1st. And I'm gonna knock out everything here. Now, with the NASM certification, we're gonna see. We're gonna see. We're gonna do this, man. I love y'all, man. Thank y'all for stopping by. I know this video is 38 minutes. It be like that sometimes, man. I am documenting my life. Not only is this gonna help me, but this is gonna help y'all. My mistakes, my failures, my successes, the pros, the cons, the ups and downs. I'm recording this, not only for me, but I am recording this for y'all. So it don't matter how long this video is gonna be, man. Of course, the quality will get better over time, but then sometimes you just gotta press record, man. So I love y'all. Thank y'all for stopping by. Like, comment, share, and press the post notifications, brother, because I will be posting soon.